So now we will move to the food industry. When we talk about food industry, then we will feel that we should study some program that is related to food, right? So, but chemical engineer also have the chances to involve in food industry. So today we have invited Mr. Yu Gen Chuan, and he is the assistant manager in production from the company of Tinting Soya Multifeed Sdn Bhd. So now let's welcome Mr. Yu Gen Chuan to share his job scope to everyone. Thank you.
Okay, good morning, everyone. So I'm very honored to be here with everyone. So I will be sharing about roles of chemical engineering in F&B, especially. So a brief introduction to my business. So as I'm working in Tinting Soya Multifeed Sdn Bhd for 5 years. I'm also a graduate from Utah Petrochemical Engineering course in 2018. So Land Farm Mills is basically a flour business, but it ventured into animal feeds, especially in aquatic feeds. So I'm in the aquatic feed division. So our business is the second biggest in Malaysia in terms of aquatic feed. So our annual output is 25,000 tons per year. So as you can see from the bottom here, this is our newly established plant in 2018. So after I graduated, then I have the opportunity to join the new factory. So the role of a production engineer in this business is, I will explain part by part. So first part is workplace environment. So the products that I'm producing is fish feed, shrimp feed, and also animal food. So mainly, as you can see, all the animals at the bottom is our target audience. So the raw materials will be mostly grains, imported protein meals, wheat byproducts, and also animal oils, and etc. So we are dealing with a lot of raw materials from South America, from North America, from Russia, Ukraine, and so on. So last time, as a production engineer, I'm working in a 12-hour shift, 4 days a week. So we are running a 24 hours business hour. And the main processes is from intake, batching and grinding, and extrusion is our main machine for forming the product. Then lastly, packing and loading. Next, this is a brief flow of our business. So we'll intake all the grains that we imported. Then we'll do batching and grinding to ensure homogeneity. Then it will go to the extrusion to cook and form the product. Then it will go to packing, and also lastly, we'll load it to our customer. So as a production engineer, when I'm quite lucky to get involved in commissioning a new factory. So this is not common. This is a rare opportunity for me to learn more about project management. So what did I do is discuss with our China machine suppliers, mostly in M&E part, to facilitate the project and also follow up on the time chart. Secondly is to discuss with local civil contractor on the progress of the work. Then follow up with M&E team, test run MT for each of the machines. So we have maybe a few thousand machines inside. So we have to test run one by one. Then lastly, we have to commission the TLC and also machines with our China counterparts, our engineers and programmers for 6 months. Then thirdly, we will talk about, we'll look into product quality. So as I work over here, so one of our roles is to construct and troubleshoot production settings to fulfill 4 main parameters. So first is moisture. So moisture of our product is very dependent to our process control. So it will lengthen out the shelf life of our product. And also the moisture is weight. So weight equals money. So moisture will directly affect our revenue of our business. Secondly is buoyancy. So as we know, different aquatic animals have different feeding behavior. So some fish tend to eat at the bottom of the pond. Some fishes eat at the surface. Shrimp definitely at the bottom of the pond. So we have to design our product based on the animals' feeding behavior. Then thirdly, bulk density, which is the bulk density of the product. So it is important for us to estimate the feeding program for our aquatic animals and also calculating hopper capacity, which is more to machine designing and hopper designing. Then lastly, size of the product. So small fish have a small mouth, so you can't give it a big pellet. So we have to design our product based on the fish mouth size in order to avoid water quality issues. Because all the oversized or undersized feed that goes into waste, it will become a bacterial growth issue. So it will affect the water quality, and at last it will affect the growth of the aquatic animal. Sorry. So we also involved in individual improvement projects. So the first project that I get involved is the dryer optimization, which is we want to minimize the moisture deviation of it to plus minus 0.5. So by doing what do we do is we illustrate airflow movement of a dryer. That means we have to be hands-on to study the dryer, to draw it out and to visualize its bottlenecks. Now, of course, we need to run trials, obtain samples, get the data and fine-tune. Then the improvement that we did is we are able to increase our moisture mean by 1.5%. So if convert to savings per yield per annum is like 600 to 700,000 per year improvement. Secondly is the cooking process, which is during the startup, we have initial rejects. So the initial rejects, which is due to cooking process is not complete, so we will reject it to the bypass. So we are having quite a lot of rejects at the moment. So what we did is we analyze the problem. So our heating is done by saturated steam. So 3 heat losses part, which is heat absorbed by the mesh, which is the grinded raw material. Secondly is the heat loss to the main machine body and water. So what we did is to preheat the mesh with saturated steam first without adding water. And secondly is we reuse heat exchanger from the gearbox to preheat the water. So we are able to reduce 20% of initial reject per annum, which is equivalent to 200,000 to 300,000 ringgit. Thirdly is one of the product quality defect, so which is sticky bit. As you can see, the products are being stick together, which is not favorable to the farmers or even the fish. So what we do is, what we know is we have a sifter, which is a napis, to segregate the sticky feed. So the initial design of this plant is the sticky feed will be rejected as a byproduct. So it will lower down our yield. So what we do is we redesign a new route and install a impact detacher. The function is very simple, just to hit the sticky feed and let it unstick to become individual round pieces. So by doing this, although it is a quite simple improvement project, but by increasing the yield by 2% per annum, we are able to increase around 800,000 to 1 million ringgit of revenue. So after that, I have the opportunity to venture into a new job role, thanks to the company's evaluation. So over here, the whole role of an assistant manager will be a little different from production engineer. So first thing first, I need to deal with KPI of the team. The production team consists of around 40 to 45 manpower, and we will be focusing on quality, speed, and cost. Secondly is on the workers arrangement and also OT management. So workers, you have lack of workmanship, or you have lack of manpower will definitely affect the output of the company. So I have to manage that part, and OT will be an extra variable cost over there. So a lot of things to manage. Then thirdly is to define the problem by using 4M method, so machine, methods, materials, and man. So by defining the problem properly and asking 5 why, so we can propose solution better. And the sixth part is cost optimization. So electricity, as we know, TNB is increasing their tariff, especially in the industrial rate. So we have peak and off-peak rates, which is like 70% difference in terms of price per kilowatt hour. So what we want to target over here is to utilize the off-peak time, which is the night time for production. So estimated savings per annum will be around 200,000 ringgit by doing so. Then the next thing is after we visited our machine supplier in China, they already started a lot of solar renewable energy. So we will be exploring that option too. Then secondly is optimizing 4M. So our company emphasizes a lot on preventive maintenance to reduce machine downtime and leakages. So that will be the method part. Then secondly is reduce initial reject by workforce competency training. So we need to establish a system, a training method that, of course, SOP to teach our people how to produce properly. Thirdly is inventory control. Inventory means money. So how do we control our losses and also mismanage of raw material? So lastly is the steam leakages. So steam, we are using diesel or medium fuel oil to burn our boiler. So all of this consists a lot of energy and also money. So we optimize these parts. So lifelong learning. Okay. Actually, I'm quite lucky to work over here because it is in my hometown. So this company provides a lot of internal and external trainings, especially by HR. So the first thing they want every executive to go through is the 21 irrefutable laws of leadership. So our managing director, he is very into this training program. Then secondly, he wants to cultivate us to have a business mindset. So we have a leadership development program also, more to business mindset. Thirdly, project management, which is essentials, which is an external training in KL. So we also learn about how to manage initiate a project and what so on. Then boiler training, which is helpful to us because we can apply our mass balance, imbalance, heat transfer knowledge. Then lastly, a big opportunity to go to overseas to have a training in China, in US, especially to our main machine suppliers. So recently, I just went on 2 weeks ago. We went to China, Yangzhou, to visit our machine supplier and also have a technical knowledge exchange with them. So the prospect of being a chemical engineer in F&B is quite a lot. First, production engineer, of course. Then secondly, QA, QC, or even R&D engineer, develop or even establish SOP for the production. Then plant designer. This will be very critical because as an engineer, you need to know the logic of the material flow and also its bottleneck and limitation. Fourth is project engineer, which is you need to design and also propose proposal to the management. And lastly, industrial engineer, which is to improve piece and bits of each and every process. So I think that's it for my part. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Eugen Chen. Thank you for sharing. From your sharing, we get to know, yes, your job scope is try to optimize the means the cost or expenses, and even the electricity expenses also. You need to try to optimize it in your workplace in order to help the company to gain more profit. Another thing is I can see that in your workplace, continuous improvement, continuous improvement in the personal competency in engineering field is quite important. Means that you can learn from time to time to equip a new skill for you to contribute in the work task in your workplace. So, but here I got a question we'd like to ask you. From what you are sharing, we found that when we talk about engineer, we need to work in a factory. Means that we are the workers. We need to follow the instruction and we do our work every day. Okay, but now from all of your sharing, I found that one thing is for engineer, we not just need to follow the instruction. At the same time, we need to initiate some new proposal as a solution or as a new project to beneficial the company. So I would like to ask, how do you personally feel about this approach? Means that you not just need to follow instruction, but you need to initiate the new project or new solution in your workplace.
So actually, I quite agree with Dr. Toh's question. The boss hired us because the boss do not know how to solve the problem. Probably he's not from the engineering background. So the boss hired us to give answer. So for me, four important criteria that will help an engineer to survive in this environment. So first point is to be proactive, to be hands-on. So before asking questions to the boss, prepare two answers before you ask, because the boss is not here to give you the answer. The boss is asking you for the answer. So that's the first thing. So do not wait for spoon feeding. That's the first thing. The second thing is, after you align with the direction of your management, you have to prioritize what is urgent and important, urgent and not important, or not important but not urgent. You have to have the rubric to define. Then thirdly is flexibility. As Dr. Toh said, we need to propose proposal. Sometimes in the mid of the project, the management have switched in direction or tweak a little bit in terms of the budget or mechanism. So we have to be very flexible to adapt to the dynamic environment. Then lastly is, don't be afraid, just do it, because if you didn't make mistake, you do not know what is going to hit you in the face. So just do it. We have a lot of direction to follow. We have PDCA, plan, do, check, act. So you can always review your project proposal. Is it in line with company's direction? And also lastly, cost benefit analysis. You cannot do a project without bringing benefit to the company. If you incur more cost by doing that project, so it is useless in terms of the finance perspective of the company. That's what I think.
Okay, thank you for your opinion. Means that for a company to move on to continue develop in the market, means that engineer also plays very important role to help the company to keep on improve and move on further. Right. Thank you for your sharing. Tian Chen is very helpful to all of us. Thank you.